Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope your week is off to a great start. It's kind of crazy that it's already Wednesday. The weeks just seem to be flying by. October is almost over. It's crazy. 2021 is almost it'd be almost 2/3 of the way done. And it's just crazy. Like, days are flying by, and it's just blows my mind. Nothing really huge going on this week. Just school starting back up after a week of fall break, so getting back into a routine of that. I am doing the at church every Wednesday at Awana's. Somebody does a devotional message type thing with the kids. So I am doing that tonight. I might actually see if I can video that, and then I can put it on YouTube for you guys, because I'm actually doing a story that we did at Next Gen this summer. So my Next Gen campers that are going to be there are going to get to hear it again. But I'm obviously have to do it Next Gen style, so I'm tag teaming it with a game, and gonna do a game during game time with the kids, and then I will come in and do the Bible story or the devotional, whatever you want to call it, with the kids at the end of the evening. So I might try and video that and see if I can put that up for you guys. We'll see how it goes to decide that. But that's really the only big thing going on this week. Gonna have dinner with a friend tomorrow night. Gonna make dinner. She's gonna come. We're gonna eat dinner, probably watch some TV, hang out for a little bit. Friday is football, of course, and then Saturday is Oklahoma football, but really nothing major other than that Awana story. But maybe something will come up, who knows. Today's title, October 20th, is Free to Live. It says, we have freedom now because Christ made us free. So stand strong. Do not change and go back into the slavery of the law. That's Galatians 5:1. It says, imagine if you had been captured and sent to jail. It would make you so happy if someone found a way to rescue you and get you out of jail. You would run free and never go near the jail again. So, I don't know statistics on this, but I would hope that in a lot of situations where if someone gets put in prison or gets put in jail and then does their time or for whatever reason gets out, that they would do everything they can to not get put back in that jail again. Once again, I don't know statistics on that, so I don't know like what the incarcerated rate over time, like if you're incarcerated, if you're more likely to be incarcerated again. I don't know. I don't know the statistics on that, but you would hope that if you got thrown in jail, that you would avoid doing whatever it was so that you don't get back in jail. It's kind of the same thing with anything that we do. If we do something and we get in trouble for it, you would hope that we're not going to do that again. That we're going to steer clear of doing that because we don't want to get in trouble again. I think of once again, going back Next Gen style here, going to relate this to games. I think about if we do a game, and you have to do, so I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, a game and say punishment, if you do this wrong, you have to go do this punishment. You would try to not do whatever wrong so that you didn't have to do the punishment, right? Like, that's just the way our brain works, is if we're going to get in trouble for something, if we're going to get, put in a situation that we don't like, we're going to try and avoid whatever it is that's going to put us in that situation. It says, Jesus rescued us from our sin, and we have a brand new start because he has forgiven us. When we keep feeling guilty about our sin, it's like going back to the jail and putting the chains back on our hands and feet. God wants us to feel free and good about His forgiveness, so stay free. Jesus rescued us from our sin, and we have a brand new start because He has forgiven us. I've done it a couple different times. I'm going to completely chase a rabbit here and go into forgiveness for a second. Jesus came, lived on this earth as the only perfect person to ever walk this earth. Never did anything wrong, never gave in to any temptation, never said a lie, nothing. Never did any sin on this earth. He walked this earth for 33 years, went and died on a cross for me, for you, for every single person on this earth. Never did anything wrong, but He died a horrible, painful death that I should have been the one to die. I should have been the one hanging on that cross. You should have been the one hanging on that cross, not Jesus. Jesus was perfect. I'm a sinner. Lord knows I'm a sinner. I can't go a day without doing something wrong. As much as I like to think that maybe I didn't do something as bad as somebody else, or hey, today was a good day, I didn't do whatever, I didn't say that cuss word, I didn't talk bad about that person behind their back. Today was a good day. Here's the thing, even on our best days, we still fall short. Even on the days that we are as good as we can be, we still are not perfect. Ever. 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 Never will be perfect. If you're a parent and you have a kid, you love that kid to death. I'm not a parent. I got lots of little kids around me, though, that I love to death and would do anything in the world for. But if you are a parent and you love that kid so much, but you know that they're not perfect. You love them with all your heart, but you know that they do stuff wrong. I love each and every one of my students to death. Would do. I would step in front of a car for any one of my students. We joke about it in car line that we're going to walk in front of this car line, y'all. Nobody's getting hit. But we joke about it that we're going to throw ourselves in front of these vehicles so that if somebody's not paying attention, that they hit us and they don't hit the kids. But in all reality, I would put myself in front of a car for any one of my kids. I love those kids dearly, but I know that they are little turds sometimes. I know that they are not perfect. Believe me, I know. Here's the thing, Jesus died for each one of them. They're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Jesus died for each one of us. He died the death on the cross that we should have had to take. We should have had to feel every single ounce of that pain. But we didn't. Because Jesus took it for us. Jesus was buried. 3 days later, He rose from the grave. That is the only person to die and come back to life. Now, there's stuff that happens all the time, right? People code or whatever. They shock them, they bring them back. So technically, they died and came back to life. Here's the thing. Jesus was buried, y'all. He was put in a tomb. Put in a tomb. He was wrapped in all the cloths for burial, put in a tomb. Then came back to life. Now, I watch all the medical shows. I love them just like anybody else. Grey's Anatomy fan right here. They shock people and bring them back to life. I've never seen them go down to the morgue and take somebody and have to walk them out because they came back to life. I've never seen somebody put in the ground and then saw them walking down the street 3 days later. It just doesn't happen. God made it happen. Jesus got buried in that tomb, came back to life, and ascended to heaven to live with God, His Father. Now, when He died on that cross for us, He took my punishment. He took your punishment. He took everybody in the world's punishment. But here's the thing. We have to accept that free gift of salvation. We have to say, hey, God, I know I'm not perfect. I know I never will be perfect. I need your help. So here's the thing. You can be as good as you can be. Never going to be perfect. Never going to be perfect. But you can be as good as you can be, but that's not going to get you to heaven. Being good is not going to get you to heaven. Being nice to that friend that nobody else is nice to, as much as I hate to say it, is not going to get you to heaven. Because I'm all for people being nice to people that other people aren't nice to. I'm all for that. But that's not going to get you to heaven. That's not enough. The only thing that is going to get you to heaven is Jesus Christ. The only thing that's going to get you into those gates of heaven is to admit that you are a sinner, believe that God came and died and rose again, and confess Him as Lord of your life. Those three things, ABCs: admit, believe, confess. Confess Him as Lord of your life and say, God, I know I'm not perfect. I know I never can be perfect, but I want to live for you each and every day.